Here's something that we see way too common, which is just an easy little tweak to save sometimes hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in interest every year. Most people are aware that you can have mortgages where you have a line of credit attached to it. Very commonly, we use these mortgages within our tax-deductible mortgage strategy. But outside of that, and how amazing that strategy is, so often we see people, they might have bought a boat, or maybe they just have compiled some debt, or they maybe, even one circumstance, they bought out an existing relationship through a separation agreement, but there was a substantial amount of debt on a line of credit. And they still want to sit in an interest-only line of credit at prime plus 1 or prime plus 50 basis points, somewhere in that 3 to 3.5% range, when they really should be switching that to an amortized mortgage at the lowest rate possible. And right now, I think, our aggressive rate analysis, it can be somewhere in that 1.75 to 1.8% range. Like, that's 1.5% savings of interest. Well, if you think about that on, say, a $100,000 line of credit, well, that's going to be $1,500 worth of savings. And the argument always is, well, yeah, but my payment's higher. And I mean marginally higher. Because you're saving the $1,500 in interest, that can be applied to the payment. And the little bit of extra payment that you would normally have to pay, and this is exactly what I told a new prospective client that had this conversation, if you can't afford that little bit of extra payment, you shouldn't have actually made the transaction or shouldn't have got the debt. But have in mind that an amortized mortgage, even though you're paying a little bit higher payment, that is actually going to paying off the debt, not just paying and servicing the interest through your financial institution. So again, be mindful of this. We see this too often where there's a $10,000, $20,000, up to sometimes a couple $100,000 line of credit. And again, one of the resistance points is, well, I don't want to pay it off over 30 years. You can pay it off as fast as you want. Set up whatever amortization you want. You can still borrow at a very, very low interest rate and pay it off in 3 to 5 years if you wish. So be mindful of this. This is something we see too often, and it's a little tweak that you can do to maximize your wealth.